Hi everyone, Lucy here from Forest City Stitching. I hope everyone had a good week. Buckle in, this is likely going to be on the longer side as we just wrapped up the second weekend of Jacob Palooza. I probably should have written down some sort of order to my video today. I'll get everything that's on the bed. That's what we're going to cover today. So, yeah. It was a very good weekend. Actually got a lot of stitching done. And Jacob is wonderful. So, before Jacob Palooza, I don't think anything really happened at all. Nope. I don't think there was anything too super exciting happening this weekend at all, or this week at all. But let's just get right on into the weekend. Just trying to think if I should talk about the stitching I did before. Let's talk about the stitching I did before, and then we'll get into the weekend. Okay, sounds like a plan. All right, so before Jacob Palooza, I worked on 3 pieces. So one is More Beach by Hands On Design. And this is where we're at here. I have miscounted on the first seagull here, and so he's a little bit skinnier, I guess, than he should be. He should be 2 more rows and then this down. So this guy's a little bit more plump with shorter legs because I had already started the water and whatnot. So that's all right. I made a note that was what was happening in that circumstance. And then I worked on Spring Quaker by Rosewood Manor. Just show it through there. And that's how that is looking. Worked a lot over here. I probably should fold that a different way because that crease is getting strong. And then I worked on Cinnamon Stars. For Cinnamon Stars, I tore my area apart where I keep all my projects because I couldn't find it. And then I went back to my last time I worked on Cinnamon Stars to my last video to see what project bag I was in. So Cinnamon Stars. And that's how far are there. I worked just more on that fence. All right, so that is everything before Jacob Palooza. So Jacob Palooza started on Friday the 13th, so lucky number 13. And went until today, the 15th, yeah, at noon. because I'm in London, I didn't stay at the hotel, but Thursday night when everyone got into town, I did drop by for a visit at the hotel. At my table was my normal table mates, Lori Sykes from My Crazy Life, Deborah, Melita. We also had Patty from 4 Boys and a Newfoundland Girl sit at our table, as well as Candace from I Can Sew Make That. So I will mention their Flosstubes down below, so you can check them out if you haven't already. So yeah, we had a great table. I finished my bendy design into this sign for our table. So it says, "You should sit with us. It's going to get weird." Yeah, so that was our centerpiece of the table. Yeah, so we had a really, really great table mate. So lucky with that. So when we arrived, we checked in. We got any kind of pre-orders that we ordered in our swag bag. I'll show you. We got this just realized there's a needle minder and my work laptop is right there. We'll get that off. So we got this thread bed here that I believe they're eventually going to carry thread beds in the Evertope shop. We got this needle minder up here. Let me talk about that in a moment. We got some floss. This was for one of our lessons, but we used some DMC because we didn't want to break into the new Leo and Roxy floss. And then I got the In Friendship pattern, so the smaller of the 2 patterns. And this is I think I got an 18 count. There's the fabric, and the floss is chalkboard. So that's what we got on our first day. The first day there was like some meet and greets with, very informal meet and greets with Jacob. Maybe I have my schedule right here. Or maybe I don't. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. So the first day, yeah, so show and tell samplers. So he brought a number of samplers with him. And so you could go up to the table and take a look. Meet and greet. So he would, I think the reasoning that Caroline and the Evertote team decided to kind of try to break out like the meet and greets in the sampler show and tells and things like that is to kind of make it a little bit more structured, so Jacob could have a break every now and again. He was very kind with his time and his knowledge, and yeah, was willing to talk to anyone about anything. So so that was really, really great. Yeah, and so the first day there was those, as well as he did a talk on Dutch samplers, which was really interesting as well. Then we had our pizza party that night. And then the next day we had our smalls exchange. So why don't I show you what I got? So this was my small that I picked, and it is actually from, there's actually a leaf in that card. Actually from Sheila from the SunshineStitchers. And that's what she made. So that was pretty nice, and she definitely stuffed it with something. Stray threads there, but yeah. And then there's some other goodies. I think this might be for beading. It has a magnet on it, and then some threaders and some snips, as well as there are some little pins as well that I'd already started using. Yeah, so that's what I got. So yeah, Sheila was there from the SunshineStitchers with Deb, so that was really nice to be able to meet her. Jan Hicks from Jan Hicks Creates. I meant to this morning bring the one pattern I have of Jan's for her to sign it, but I forgot. Oh well. And Shiloh from X Stitch MD was there as well. And yeah, I think, oh, and I got to meet Karen, the Stitching Owl. So she's also local in London here. And we kind of just found each other's channels a couple weeks ago. And so I just was able to get myself caught up on her videos. And so it was really great to meet her because she's lovely. So I will also link her channel down below as well. All right. So Saturday, what else did we do? We had the smalls exchange, which was really good. And then we left everything on the table. So everyone could kind of see what was given to everyone. So that was something different that we haven't done in Stitch North before. Yeah, so that was really fun. Jacob did a hem tutorial. So I have missed, counted, and then cut too short on this end. But this was my attempt so far, which is not terrible. This is what the back looks like. Yeah, so that was interesting. We got a booklet on how to do it as well. So it is something I want to continue practicing with as well. And if you do it on a finished piece, you're going to do it the same color as the linen. So you won't see all those stitches, right? But you use a darker color thread when you're practicing to see where your mistakes are, which there are many. And then we had a letter tutorial as well on the different Frisian letters. That is something I kind of want to look a little bit more into. He was encouraging us to chart some letters and to practice some letters, but that's not something that I got around to. There was a question and answer period as well last night, as well as some door prizes, so that was nice. And also there were some charity charts that were released as well. Well, the two are already released and one was released last weekend to the attendees. I'm not going to say too much about that one quite yet because it's not quite available yet on the Evertote website, but it will be shortly, and trust me, you'll hear about it. But it's a very cute chart. Yeah, and the charity charts were to go towards the homeless, or to the church across the street from the workshop here in town, because we do have a large homeless community, especially downtown. So that church does a lot to help. So Caroline wanted to give back, as did Jacob. So yeah, she's going to tally up the money raised, I believe tomorrow, and announce that. And then today was pretty laid back. Jacob was available to talk, and he brought also a lot of his own stitching of his pieces. So he had those out today. And so I was able to compare my 2022 stitch along. Yeah, it was a 2022, with his stitch piece. So that was kind of neat. I'm just amazed with how he travels with all of those stitched items, because yeah, clearly those are in his carry-on, because especially his antique samplers, there's no way he would want those to be out of his sight, right? Okay. So that kind of goes over the outline of the weekend and the events and all that good stuff. So I'll keep that open because I did write down my stitching for the weekend. So let's go over the stitching I did on the weekend, and then we can go over all the goodies. So on Friday, I worked a bit on Ruskin's penguins. Surprise, surprise, all these are going to be modern folk embroidery. So I worked a lot up here and here. So some good progress there. I did a lot of stitching this weekend. It was definitely a smaller group, maybe just under 70. I had made floss drops for everyone. I'll show you those. So these are my floss drops. These are of is it cherry blossom tree? I don't know if they're actually cherry blossoms, but a cherry blossom tree downtown London here. So I had made enough for 100 people, and I have lots left. So if anyone is interested in trading floss drops, just let me know and we can connect to do that. Excellent. Also worked a little bit on Reaching Skyward. And oops, this is where I worked there. So that's how the piece is looking. Looks like we're losing some sunlight. I worked on Rule of Life. Rule of Life. Didn't put that right back. Just worked on this Quaker over here. That's what that one looks like. And then Mary Harry. And I actually had Jacob sign this chart for me. And that's upside down. Signature there. Enjoy, Mary Lisa. With love, Jacob. So this was my first ever Modern Folk embroidery chart. And it's a actual chart, not just a PDF. So that's why I chose to get him to sign that. And I worked on that basket there. Finished that basket. So some good stitching on that. Boy, did it ever kind of get dark in here. And then today I worked on the 2022, right? It is the 2022, right? Yep, 2022 style. And I worked finishing up this flower pot there. I still need to just finish up the vase. So that's that. So that's quite a bit of stitching. I did stitch on every project I took. So yeah, I took 5 and I stitched on 5. So that's pretty good odds there. All right, so now let's put that aside. And we'll put this down here to look at. Get rid of any pens that might get anything dirty. All right, so let's start with any kindness we got. It stuck some stuff in here. Okay. So I did take this with me to show everyone, and it was well received. And Hannah had the suggestion to put on a hook and a eye. So maybe I'll look into how difficult that might be. So these pins here are what I got. Also with my smalls exchange from Sheila. Lori had made this counting pin that I got a couple from Lori, and so I just kind of stuck that one in there to kind of hold this felt, and then the felt came from this counting pin, so I just kind of stuck that on with these pins just to kind of, I don't know, give some extra for, like, maybe I'll stitch, I don't know if I should stitch these felt in a little bit more 4 pins, or I don't know, not a big deal. As I said, I don't know, this is not going to be an everyday use thread bed or anything like that, but Jacob liked it, so that was good. Karen, the Stitching Owl, gave me this cute little ornament. She's so sweet. She gave a lot of people ornaments that she had stitched. So very kind of her. So that's very cute. Even though it's Halloween, I'm going to likely put it on my Christmas tree. Another lovely lady, I don't remember her name, gave me this little thread bed or Ort container. Ort bed. Lori Sykes also made this little guy counting pin. He's pretty cute. And then Candace from I Can Sew Make That made this little gift card holder. So that's cute. And some more goodies in here. Sticks, strings, and other things. Made these floss drops. They're very nice. A little waxer. It's a pumpkin. You can't really see it, but it's a pumpkin. Put that in there now that I've shown you. Mascara brush for getting those threads off, which I don't have. That goes in there too. Oh, we got a Jacob Palooza sticker. I don't know where I'm going to put that. Oh, that's where I put the other pen. Yeah. And then Shelia from SunshineStitchers gave everyone a little bag full here. Another counting pin. Boy, I'm doing well with counting pins. A sucker, which I'm probably going to give to my son because he was already eyeing it up. These floss drops. And also a sticker. Stick those little organza bags in there. Deborah, who sat at our table, gave us some fabric. These dogs are super cute. Some glue, floss, and this little baggie full of goodies. So there's a little tomato, butterfly charms, a bunch of little things in there. Was very nice. And then there goes my haul. Melita is also at our table. This little needle. It's a very fine needle. Needle bird threader. And this ornament. So that was very, very nice of her. And then Lori also gifted everyone at our table one of her new cross stitch planners for 2024. You've probably seen other people talk about this, but she has patterns in here from different designers. She has a whole section about retreats. I haven't had a chance to really dive into it, like a WIP's New Starts page, your regular like calendar, and lots of spots for other different notes. So if you are interested, if you're in Canada, Evertote does have some more coming in. And in the States, you can order directly from Lori's Etsy shop as well, if you're interested in this unique planner. So I'm excited to use that next year. So that was all of my stitchy kindness. So what that means is everything else I may have purchased. So I did pick up my 2023 holiday countdown box, so it's safely tucked away in my closet. I had also pre-ordered Eddie and Patsy by Maximum Cross Stitch and the Floss Pad. So I had ordered that. And then I picked up, oh, another thing that I won from Patty from Four Boys and Newfoundland Girl is this chart, the Thankful String from Liz Kate. And then my first purchases was this sock yarn. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, not socks. And this pattern. So I thought that was pretty restrained because there was a lot of people around the fabric at that very moment, so that's fine. And then I went back to the fabric. And this is what I got. So 18 count, one of a kind. So that's just a nice neutral. 18 count, one of a kind in a blue. 16 count, one of a kind in a pink. 16 count French hen. So yeah, I really like this color. And then 20 count candy apple. So that's enough fabric. And then, see, maybe it's not so bad. Right. Well, I got a mini hank of the Verlande floss, and this is a lot of floss. Yeah. So Jacob did have the Verlande sampler there with him, and the Verlande sampler with him. So I don't think I would do the big one, but the medium one maybe, and then possibly the one with the words, like Remember Me one. So yeah, because Hannah's like, that's a lot of floss, and it is, and it was a little pricey, but then I know I have enough for whatever I decide to do. Yeah, it's a nice color. It's not gonna go bad. I got this project bag that matches the thread bed. I did pick up the chart for the big piece. I have no intentions of starting it anytime soon, but after seeing the piece in person, I decided to pick up the chart. And then I will also likely do it in DMC, is not Roxy Floss Co, only because it would be very pricey to kit that up as well. And then I'll show you these colors for that other sampler that's gonna be released soon. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah. And then after those purchases, I'm like, I'm not buying any more. And then Carrie's like, sure, whatever you say. And then today, Caroline had brought over a knitting bag. And so I got the knitting bag and the notions pouch. So I got a knitting bag. That's it. Oh, wasn't so bad. I will put on my Instagram a picture of the small that I made for the Smalls Exchange. I can't remember her name, but a lady in London actually won my small and I had included some maple syrup and a pin of London, so those weren't really as applicable to her. So she was maybe gonna give the maple syrup to someone not from Canada, which I said that was completely fine. She's like, I have some in my fridge. I'm like, sure you do. I'm sure you do. Yeah, I think that's it. So my husband is making some dinner. I did take the afternoon to, well, I tried to go and sell my son's old clothes at Once Upon a Child here in town, but they weren't taking any more clothes today because they were understaffed or something. So that's just in my trunk. But then I went and I wanted to reorganize our linen closet. So I bought some baskets. So I went through all the blankets and the towels and sheets. So reorganize that and have a bag to take to the Humane Society, because they'll take blankets and towels, etc. for the pets. And I have some items to go to the thrift store as well as someone in the garbage. So that's nicely organized now as well, and I might be able to fit some of my cross stitch spillover in there. Is already. So I just I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. All right, I'm good. Yeah, so there is already some cross stitches in there hiding, like some bigger pieces, so, but we'll see. But yeah, I do have some more space in there, and yeah, I thought I would do something a little bit productive this afternoon since I was able to spend the weekend stitching. So all right, that is everything from me. I'm gonna try to link everyone that I mentioned down below, and I hope everyone has a good week. Bye.